You are already in paradise. This isn't someday, whilst it's right now in this exact second before you even finish this sentence. Not thinking about what comes next, not replaying something from yesterday. Just here, fully here. Aware of what's around you, what you can feel, what's actually happening in the only moment that exists. If you have to think hard to remember the last time you felt that, that's not an accident. And it's not a character flaw. It's the result of 3 specific things happening inside your brain right now. How it filters your attention, how it uses dopamine to keep you searching, and how you can retrain both starting today. The problem isn't that paradise is somewhere else. The problem is that you've been trained by your own brain not to see it. Let's begin. Your brain processes around 11 million bits of information every single second. You are consciously aware of maybe 40 of them. 40 out of 11 million. That means your brain is making constant decisions about what to show you and what to filter out. And here's the part that changes everything. It filters reality based on what it has been trained to look for. If your brain has been trained through years of scrolling, comparing, planning, worrying, to look for what's missing, what's wrong, what could be better, then that is exactly what it will show you. Every single day. That's not because life is bad. It's because that is the lens your brain has learned to use. You're not broken and you're not ungrateful. Your brain is simply doing what it was trained to do. But here's what neuroscience also tells us. The brain is not fixed. Every time you consciously notice something, really notice it with your full attention, you create and strengthen a neural pathway. Do it enough times, and you literally rewire the way your brain filters reality. You train it to show you something different. This is neuroplasticity, and it means the version of you that can see paradise in ordinary moments is not some distant ideal. It's a brain trained differently than yours, so far. So what does that actually look like? Not in theory, but in real life. It's the feeling of hot water on your hands when you're washing dishes. That specific warmth. Most people are somewhere else in their head when that happens. But that sensation, simple, free, available to anyone, is real. It's present. It's yours, if you're there to receive it. It's the sound of a bird outside a window you've walked past 100 times. It's the first sip of something cold when you're thirsty. It's the feeling of your feet on the floor. The actual physical contact, the weight of your body, the fact that the ground is holding you right now. And these are real sensory experiences happening around you constantly, and your brain filters most of them out because it's busy scanning for what's next. You're like a fish searching desperately for water, swimming through it, surrounded by it, unable to see it because nobody taught you to look for what's already all around you. If this way of understanding the brain and what it does to your daily life is something you want to go deeper into, subscribe. This channel is built for people who want to understand themselves at a real level and actually do something with that understanding. New videos every week. Let's be honest about something, because this isn't just about appreciation or mindfulness tips. Your brain has a dopamine system designed to keep you searching. Every time you anticipate something, a notification, a reward, an outcome, dopamine fires. Not when you get the thing, when you're looking for it. The search itself is what your brain has learned to find rewarding. Your brain is quite literally wired to want the next thing more than it's wired to enjoy the thing it already has. And as long as that system runs unchecked, the present moment will always feel slightly insufficient because your brain keeps moving the finish line. There's a second reason this happens, and it has nothing to do with attention. It's called hedonic adaptation. Whatever you achieve, the raise, the relationship, the goal, your brain quietly resets its baseline within weeks, sometimes days. That's why arriving somewhere never feels as permanent as you expected. It's not that the achievement wasn't real. It's that your brain was never built to stay satisfied. It was built to reset and start scanning again. You're already in paradise, and between the dopamine loop and that reset button, your brain is working overtime to make sure you never notice. Ask yourself honestly, how many moments have you missed waiting for something better to begin? How many meals? How many conversations? How many ordinary Tuesdays have passed while you were mentally somewhere else? Planning, worrying, comparing, scrolling. The strange part is that this pattern doesn't just steal joy from big milestones, it quietly drains the richness from everyday life. Your morning coffee becomes routine instead of comforting. A loved one's voice fades into background noise. Even moments of peace start feeling like empty space that needs to be filled. The constant pursuit convinces you that fulfillment exists just beyond your current reality, when in fact, the ability to experience it has always depended on where your attention rests. And here's the real question worth sitting with. What would you be feeling right now, in this exact moment, if you genuinely believed you already had everything you need? So how do you actually retrain a brain that spent years being trained in the other direction? It starts smaller than you think. The brain doesn't rewire through big dramatic gestures, it rewires through repetition of small, conscious moments. Here's what I want you to try today. Pick one ordinary moment, washing your hands, making coffee, walking from one room to another. And instead of letting your mind drift elsewhere, stay. Feel the specific temperature of the water. Notice the weight of the cup. Feel each step as your foot makes contact with the floor. 30 seconds is enough, not an hour. Fully present in something that's already happening anyway. Every time you do this, you create a new neural pathway. You train your brain to notice what's already here. And over time, the filter changes, the lens shifts. The brain that was trained to look for what's missing starts to find what's present instead. You're not pretending life is perfect, and you're not ignoring real problems. You're doing something more precise, teaching your brain to stop filtering out the good that's already here. The paradise was never somewhere else, it was always here. You just needed a different pair of eyes to see it. Here's what I want you to carry from this video. You are not missing paradise because you haven't done enough, or become enough, or arrived somewhere you haven't reached yet. You're missing it because of a filter running in the background. One built from attention habits and a dopamine system that never stops scanning. That is not a character flaw. That is neuroscience. The hot water on your hands, the bird outside the window, the feeling of the ground beneath your feet, the taste of something simple. These are not small things. These are the texture of a life that is already quietly extraordinary. If you're present enough to feel it, you are already in paradise. You've been in it this whole time. The only question is whether today is the day you finally start noticing. Before you go, I want to ask you something specific. Out of everything we covered today, the 30-second presence practice, the sensory moments, the idea that your brain filters out paradise on purpose, which one are you going to try first? Is it pausing at the sink when you wash your hands tonight? Is it listening for one sound you normally ignore? Or is it sitting with that question, what would I feel right now if I believed I already had everything I need? Tell me in the comments which one you're starting with and why. Your answer might be exactly what someone else scrolling past needs to read today. The video on screen picks up right where this one left off, going deeper into one of the ideas we touched on today. If any part of this stayed with you, that one's worth your next few minutes.